Hi, this is Soulful Wellness, and I'm Kaelynn.
And I'm Kaelynn Serena Stanton. We're certified coaches who met at Georgetown University, and we're here to simplify wellness.
As you let go of being a perfectionist and embrace the joy of being you.
In today's episode, you're getting the Patreon version of us, a real-life deep dive into our real-life wellness. Welcome. As many of you know, frequent listeners are well aware that Kit and I adore reality television. It's actually a part of our wellness, spoiler alert. So today you're basically getting our reality TV version as we embrace our mantra at Soulful Wellness for the year of embrace the levity.
Find the joy.
To new listeners, welcome. We are so honored to have you. Thank you for listening. And for our current Soulful Society, thank you for evolving with us over the last 4 years. 4 freaking years.
Could you please leave a rating and review for this podcast? If you do so today, you will be automatically entered to win a Soulful beanie, just like the one I'm wearing in our cover art, which we will mail to you. We'll announce the winner at the top of next week's episode. So be sure to post your review ASAP.
I'm wearing one right now. Super comfy, really warm.
Let's kick things off with our up of the week.
Okay, guys, it's tough because Kit and I have a shared note where we put our up of the weekend, and there's too many to choose from. It's almost like we got to cherry pick them. You know, we're getting parking tickets. We're going rogue. Today's up of the week I'm choosing is Crumbgate. I'll just call it. I was creating a TikTok and it was in response to a comment that I had gotten. I created a lot of content around personal style, weddings, wellness, of course, the whole gamut pretty much. You can't pin me down. I'm ADHD. So this one was about wedding photography. And I spend like a good chunk of time on this thing. I'm editing it today, and I realize there are 2 very large white crumbs right around my mouth, and it became the most distracting.
Funny. Wait, we need the inside scoop on this. Talk about behind the scenes. What had you been eating? What were the crumbs?
I'm trying to think. You know what I'm pretty sure it was? I've been making JC and I gluten-free, dairy-free tuna melts for lunch. I think it was bread.
Okay. I realize that's not at all relevant, but I was like, what? I get stuff in my teeth. Talk about something people don't talk about. The older you get, I swear, teeth start attracting things. I did not used to get things stuck to my teeth when I was young. You know when you're young and it's a joke and you put the lettuce on your teeth, they're like, do I have anything in my teeth? Well, it's not a joke anymore. When you start getting older, your teeth are like, let me just become magnets for random things. And after pretty much every meal, I need to go to the bathroom and swish and then spit it out because I'm sure somewhere in there, whether I can see it or not, is something stuck in my teeth. So before I go having conversations, I got to just preemptively swish it on off.
Yeah, maybe you just need some to-go floss in your purse.
Yeah, I need
you never know.
Something, but not the outside of my face. Let me knock on wood because I just jinxed myself. Now it's going to be a thing for me.
I mean, this was literally like I was a child or something. At least if you have something stuck in between your teeth, you're less privy to it. Like if I have something all over my mouth.
It's hard to feel it.
Well, yeah, clearly, because I'm recording something with the selfie camera facing me.
Yeah.
But it was clearly obscure until I got into the editing process, and I'm like, wait, I can't take myself seriously with this.
Wait, that's so funny. Then do you have this dilemma of, do I just own it, post it, and write a little caption that says, excuse the crumbs? Or do I start fresh?
Yes. So I texted my girl Ashley, and I was just cracking up about this, and she's like, okay, post a video of you like in the beginning of the video as like a disclaimer. So here I am re-recording a video to put in front of this video. I just scrapped it.
I was going to say at that point, I was my gosh, too much
I got to
effort.
cut my losses.
Yeah.
And then we're stitching together like me owning Crumbgate is in such a different energy level than the actual video where I'm actually pretty calm and composed. I'm like, it just doesn't match. We're scrapping it all.
Yeah, we're turning into like high, what's the film version of couture? Like quality filmmanship. Like this is freaking TikTok. It's literally supposed to be the opposite end of the hierarchy spectrum.
I'm not a videographer. Like I'm not.
You're just a tuna melt eating TikToker girl.
Just let me eat my tuna melt and talk to people online. I don't know, guys. I'm not Scorsese. I ain't Scorsese. Okay?
But you are a human, and way to be human.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I am the parking ticket. The problem is I paid. It wasn't that I didn't pay. I paid in the app, scanned the code, entered credit card information accurately. It was good. I got a ticket. And of course, I go into PTSD stress reaction instantly when I see the parking ticket. And I'm already, my blood pressure's increasing. I'm kind of starting to get a little shaky. Like it was a really over the top dramatic reaction. But I wasn't even so mad about the parking ticket. If I had deserved the parking ticket, it was the fact that I'd paid. And I was still paid. I wasn't out of time or anything. And just the unfairness of it was sending me skyrocketing. And I could barely get out a coherent sentence because I was so upset. And that guy was only about an aisle away. And I went over and I was trying to show him in the app how I'd paid. I had the confirmation. I had the thing saying it was actually still going. And he was
justice for Kit.
Super right. Exactly. He was super nice and could tell that I was visibly very, very affected by this. But I'm all on my stance of I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. Like this to me was just the biggest travesty of justice in the history of justice. And so he took me down to the office. Like he actually escorted me down, I think because he didn't trust my competence to get myself there because I was so visibly frazzled. So anyway, I go into the office and I'm outwardly calm, but you could tell I wasn't all there. Like I was clearly so put off by this, just
Kit
wrongness.
I gotta ask, how much was the ticket?
Steve, that didn't even matter. It was only $10. It was nothing. That wasn't the point.
What?
That wasn't the point. The point was that I had paid. If I had deserved the ticket, like that's a super small ticket.
Wait, I've never even heard of a $10 ticket in this area. I'm not even gonna lie.
And I paid $6 to park. So it wasn't even, it was, if I hadn't paid, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's basically like paying for parking, whatever. It was the fact that I got a ticket when I had paid. Like to me was just so wrong. Like how could they be so wrong? And this is where I'm going to take ownership. Turns out it was my fault. Apparently I can't enter my license plate correctly. So I had left off the letters. I had only put the numbers. In my defense, I showed you, Kaelynn, the photo
really
of my
looking license plate.
Weird.
It has like a letter and then it has two letters above each other. It's like
they're
B
vertical.
And then under it. Yeah, it's so weird. It's
yeah, and I'm like, I don't know, do those count? They're small, way smaller. They're not the same size at all to the letters. I'm sorry, to the numbers. The numbers are nice and big and clear, and the letters are small and vertical and BY. So it kind of looks like, when somebody's featuring somebody, this by this. Like, I don't know. I didn't know they were part of it. I thought the numbers were it. And anyway, whole thing was my fault. They were so kind to void it for me anyway. But
there you go.
It
There's
was all
a
my
small
mistake.
win.
Yeah, all my mistake. Live
well,
and learn.
Kit, way to be a human.
Thank you.
So today's episode came about us really just asking each other point blank, what does wellness look for you right now? So we wanted to talk about what wellness looks like for us and maybe a little bit around what it doesn't look like for us. But The purpose of this is to also illustrate how just wacky and wild wellness can be and how unique it is to you. And it just doesn't matter what that vlogger is doing at 6 a.m.
One size does not fit all. So no judgments in today's episode. You're going to hear some things that you're going to be like, really? That's wellness, huh? Well, it is for us right now. All right, Kaelynn, kick us off. What is wellness looking like for you these days?
First of all, this to me sounds like a normal human being's week, but my husband and I have been sitting down on Sundays and planning out what we're going to cook this week, which is resulting in, shocker, cooking. And oddly enough, this has changed our lives dramatically.
So dramatically that we need details. Give us some details on this dramatic change.
I don't know. It's changed our whole household vibe, the energy, the dynamics, just this sense of more levity and feeling more nourished. I am a very hangry person, and I'm just going to own that. I'm the worst when it comes to that. And poor JC, he's the one around. He gets the wrath. So I think there's been an uptick on the mood, which is great. I'm not having those blood sugar spikes. And just the act of cooking and just having stuff to eat.
Yeah, can I sell you
It's
out
great,
a
guys.
tiny
It's
bit
great.
for a second?
Sure.
Usually when people say, I have nothing in my fridge, they don't mean a literal nothing. I've been to your house when you've said that and peeked in, and you mean it in the literal sense. There's usually some beverages. When you say nothing to eat, you really honestly mean there is nothing to eat.
Poor Kit is like, oh God, she doesn't even have
Well,
a
I'm just
carrot for
shocked.
me.
Like, I can't relate to it. I'm like, wait, you really meant that?
No, and it really impacts us because it's more of like a not managing my ADD. So it's like I'm not planning ahead. So we just end up eating all the groceries that I buy in like 2 days. So all of a sudden we're left with nothing. And then I get caught up in whatever I'm doing and I don't prioritize it. So now that it's actually like a priority, we're eating. And I think you're coming over tomorrow. And I just want you to know, girl.
You have food in the fridge?
Girl. Oh, do I ever? JC went to Costco on Saturday, so that's also just, it's so crazy how life-changing it is.
Okay, don't go into too much detail because you're setting some expectations here. Like, I feel the excitement building.
I'm nervous. I'm going to go to the store after this.
Expecting a
snacks.
spread. Yeah, you
Certainly
better pad
popcorn.
that. Yeah, just kidding.
But I do have LaCroix, a lot of LaCroix, because Costco has everything.
Beautiful. Think of all the areas of your wellness wheel that you're hitting with this small, normal life thing. You're hitting nutrition, you're hitting relationship building. There isn't an area called adulting, but I'm going to say you're hitting it anyway because, honey, you're hitting it.
Thanks, babe. And I think just to cap that off with what's not working for me right now is I have no mindfulness right now. So we can get to that a little bit later, but I just want to.
Okay, wait, I have to potentially call you out here. Do you feel like you were getting too much praise just now and you had to bring yourself back down? Because you don't need to do that.
I got uncomfortable.
That's what I was sensing. Stop it. You're doing a great job with this whole meal prep, planning ahead. There's a lot of steps that go into having a meal on a table at mealtime. And you're nailing them. Stop being uncomfortable with it. You're doing a really good job through effort and planning and taking action. So own that and feel good in it.
Thank you. I did invite my dad over for dinner last Wednesday, and I made braised short ribs in the crock pot, which took 2 hours and were delicious.
That sounds so grown up.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Nice going. Little adult.
You're the best. So I could go on. There's another thing for me, but I'm really curious for you. We're going to do a little back and forth here. So what does wellness look like for you right now? Kit Kat.
Okay, I'm going to do super concrete, kind of the parallel to yours. I've been doing my weekday walks. 20 minutes, take or give, weekdays, outside in the 12 o'clock hour. How's that for the succinct version? Boom.
Love it. Yeah, I'm giving you a pound it.
Thank you. I don't even think they were complete sentences. I was so succinct.
That is amazing.
And once again, works in a whole bunch of different areas of wellness. Love that I'm getting my sunlight. Time to think. I rarely just think, though. I usually listen to something. Every now and then I'm like, no, I need to mentally just process through some of these thoughts. But usually listen to a podcast, listen to part of a book, make a phone call.
Usually to me.
Yeah. Yes, usually is. Well, I know that you're going to be able to take a 20-minute call and let me cut you off at 20 minutes, even if we're mid-flow.
Oh yeah, mid-flow.
So I have to
That's a shame.
plan that ahead, because there aren't a lot of people that you can say, yeah, listen, we got to wrap this up like in the next minute because I'm getting back to work. Yeah.
You're like, I'm actually opening the door, walking back into the building. I'm like, okay, bye.
Right. Like, I know I just asked you a question, but time out. Answer me in a couple hours.
So tell us, what is this doing for your wellness? So you said sunshine, you're listening to stuff, you're getting some social
getting that
in there,
little
some
hit of activity, and it completely changes my outlook. So if I'm already having a perfectly fine day, now I'm just having a good day because I'm like, got my walk in. I just feel like I got something, like I got a little prize. I got a little something that not everybody got. So it just feels special to me. And if I wasn't having a good day, it can sometimes turn things around because I'm like, reset, coming back into where I just left, but coming back in as if it's a new day.
I love this one because it's a quick fix, 20 minutes. That's great. That's almost not a full podcast. You're really leaving yourself on the edge of a cliff there. But it's also hitting so many parts of your wellness wheel.
Yeah, it's really working for me.
You got nature, you got movement, you got a balance between if you want solitude or if you want to make a phone call and get a little bit of social element in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just a different little nugget in the middle part of the day.
Little nugget, little walking nugget.
All right, I'm going to toss the baton back to you. Tell us another example of wellness for you.
So I would say there's really two things that are coming to mind. The first one was the planning on what to cook and actually cooking that and nourishing myself. And then the second one is my personal styling business, a bit of a plug, you guys. So I'm so excited to talk about this because this is also hitting a lot of my wellness wheel because it's a grief outlet for me. It helps me stay connected to my mom. So it's like I'm driving passion from pain and purpose from pain. And so it's been working for me pretty well in the last few weeks. I can only speak to that, it's a one day at a time sort of thing.
Well, keep going. Give us some details about how this is working for you.
Yeah, so ultimately, it makes me feel connected to my mom. She was not called V Fabulous for no reason, honey. So fabulous. And she had this blog that spanned multiple countries, thousands of women. And before she got sick with Parkinson's, her dream was to be a personal shopper. And she did some full head to toe makeovers for women in the area. And her mission was to help women feel confident. So taking that, I want to finish her mission. So what's been really good for my wellness, or what wellness is looking like for me, is putting all of my efforts and my energy into this. So it hits lifelong learning, passion, structure, career, grief. And it's been so much fun. So I had the pleasure of working with my friend from college, Elise. She was my guinea pig. Thank you, Elise, for getting this started for me. And that ultimately helped me figure out what's the structure of this business going to look like. And so my husband, JC, was my second practice client. And so I spent all week on this, busy all day, and I finally nailed down my services. We're working on the website. By we, I mean me. I'm working on the website. So that's up in my link underneath my TikTok, and you'll see more videos come through via TikTok about my services. So that has been everything for my wellness right now.
Can I suggest that we is you and your mom's legacy, not just you?
Yeah, I love that.
I think it is. I think just hearing your energy, hearing your spirit, hearing your enthusiasm, I can absolutely sense, just like feel, I'm getting the vibrations of your pure joy coming through. And I think you said we as a sort of Freudian slip because you knew it was even bigger than you.
Oh, oh my gosh. And right as I look at the recording clock, it was 2222. And that's an angel number. So, I mean, hi, Mom. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, but that's her spirit was all joyful and love. And so that's really what's keeping my engine going. Yeah. She created V Fabulous to, quote, celebrate women like us who enjoy getting their fashion fix and in their 40s and beyond. I want to inspire you to create your own fresh, chic, and stylish look and realize that a woman is beautiful at any age. So I'm taking that and I'm making it my own. And I think working with JC really opens that door to men. So to our male listeners, you are not left out of this.
First of all, you're doing 20 and 30 something, so you've already expanded it. And now you're taking on men. So you're taking the core of her spirit and just growing it. I love that.
Oh, we are spreading it. We are planting seeds far and beyond. V Fabulous Legacy Project is my wellness right now.
Kaelynn, that's amazing.
Thank you for holding the space. Yeah. I'm really excited. So more information to come about this, you guys. I keep saying we. I'm just going to own it. So we are doing the services that we have are closet editing, personal shopping, online personal shopping, and lookbooks. So a complete curated lookbook with shoppable links for you. And I'm thrilled to birth this into the world this month.
I think that is so brilliant for so many people that either don't feel competent in that area, but have the desire, but just don't feel that they have the skill base to pull it off, or they want to look good, but not enough to put time into what makes that happen. But if they can hire somebody, sure, brilliant. You're going to deliver all this in a clickable presentation to me? Go for it. Now I'm what I wanted to be.
No, definitely. And I think it's so fun. The coaching element really is that visioning process. So we'll do a complimentary consultation at first, and that is so fun. And I'll put together a vision board before we dive into the lookbook. So it's interesting, the parallels between coaching and personal styling. And it's really for, the person who maybe walks into their closet and says, I have nothing to wear, but it's filled with clothes. Or maybe you're just feeling like this doesn't reflect who I am or who I want to be anymore. It feels stale. Or maybe you're just too busy to figure it out, but you want to refresh.
Well, that's what you're doing. You're bringing your coaching skill base, your ability to really listen at that intense, deep, read below the surface level and figure out what's behind what people want to deliver, not what they say they want, but what they really want. So it's really a hybrid business.
Definitely. And fashion is beyond the outward. It's beyond the clothes. It's not about materialism. It's actually about your essence.
Absolutely. So linked to identity.
Yeah. Confidence, identity, fun, joy. We're reclaiming the levity, soulful society. I love you guys.
Yeah. Trying to support people in being who and what they want to be.
Amen. I just want more of that, because the more people we have in their true authenticity, feeling like they're you, the better the earth is going to be.
Happiness is unlimited. Let's just generate more of it.
So, my dear, what else does your wellness look like for you right now?
I'm progressing through my baking boot camp.
Yes, tell us how it's going.
6 weeks of all day Sunday baking instruction. I just had my second week this past Sunday. I am loving it. Thriving. Might have a new baking business down the line in the future. I don't know. I say it. I'm joking when I say it, but kind of sometimes when you're joking, you're not really joking. I love it. I love playing with food. I love making sweets. And I'm not the biggest sweets person. Like, I like a good sweet, don't get me wrong. But usually I'm just all about the chocolate. And And I have surprised myself with some of my favorites so far. And everything I've made, I gotta say, I'm just gonna pat myself on the back here. I'm really good. Like, my things are good and they look really pretty. And I don't overthink it. Maybe because I'm in class, we'll see when I go out on my own if I carry all this confidence forward. But I feel really confident when I'm baking. I feel like, sure, why wouldn't this work out for me? Not like how I often approach things in life, like, why would this work out for me? Like, I'm kind of taking the opposite approach with things, and I love that for myself. I am absolutely enjoying it. I'm learning so much. I'm meeting new people. I'm having so much fun, and who knows where this will lead.
Ooh, I can hear the zest in your voice, and you know what? Pun intended.
I was just
I think you made a lemon meringue pie. I'm looking at this photo that you sent me, I think it was last night, of your pies. They are gorgeous. They are beautiful, and I could just hear the joy in your voice.
Yes, yesterday was Pie Day.
The key word for me when I listened to you was play.
No, I am. Like, I couldn't have had flour on more parts of me yesterday. And at one point I looked around just to see if I was the only one. And yes, I was. I was the only one who had flour anywhere other than an apron. I was like, how is there flour all over my legs? And the more I tried to rub it out, the more it seemed to appear. So I just gave up. I was like, okay.
Wait, you need to take a selfie for the Soulful Society, or a video selfie, and we'll post it on our TikTok of flour all over you.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. It wasn't like I had a flour explosion.
Well, let me list this off for you guys. Here is what she made on Pie Day. Blueberry with lattice. Is that how I pronounce it?
Blueberry with a lattice. Lattice top.
Blueberry with lattice. Mm-hmm. Quiche. Apple with crumble and lemon meringue.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. You got the
so proud of you.
You got the photo before transportation too, so that was when they were really looking their best.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you.
They were all delicious.
Good.
There's also this tasting element. Our teacher keeps telling us you must taste regularly. Like, you can't just wait till it's done. It's too late to do anything about it.
I'm like, oh no, I have to taste it regularly.
Exactly. I'm like, you don't need to tell me twice. In there madly tasting away and a little more seasoning to things. And it's just very fun for me. It's hitting lifelong learning, relationships, joy. It is definitely increasing my joy.
That's great. I just had an aha moment, you guys. If the goal is to reclaim the levity, that's what we're trying to do, and sparking joy and like really cultivating it, because we've talked about this before. In adulthood, it's really hard to find outlets to play, to use our imagination, to use our creativity, to feel fulfilled, to feel satisfied. I know that sounds kind of dark, but it's true. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. And when we can create it for ourselves, it's even more gratifying. So I think the challenge is going to be, don't forget to leave us a review. And if you already have, send us an email with what you're doing to spark joy. Or if anything, hopefully this episode has given you some oomph and some inspiration to figure out where in your life can you play.
What activity can you introduce into your life to create more wellness? Build wellness for yourself.
Yes, wellness is not green smoothies, nutrition, and working out. And we are here to squash that narrative right now. Wellness is whatever makes you feel you and makes you feel more well.
Thanks for listening. We love you. We appreciate you. You're the best.
Don't forget to leave us a rating today as your last chance to win a Soulful Beanie. We love you guys.
Peace, love, and light.
Peace, love, and light. The Soulful of Wellness hosts are certified health and wellness coaches. This podcast is intended to inform and entertain listeners on their wellness journey. This podcast is meant to enhance, not replace, listeners' care from doctors, therapists, or other medical providers.